another guy who's down early, Brian, who I've seen some videos of him working out, and I love his attitude, and I think he's going to be, one of the sleepers of this class is Carr. What can you tell me about Nye? Played his high school football in Georgia, and I think this guy could be electric here.
He's one of the fastest players in the country, sub 10.5 guy. He played at Colquitt County, one of the best programs in the state of Georgia historically. He's gone against elite competition. I saw him as a sophomore, and before I knew who he was, and he's going up against a great program, and he scored 2 touchdowns that night. Well, he made my list. He was the best player on the field as a sophomore when there were other Power 5 kids on the field. He just runs by guys. I mean, this is not a complicated equation. If you do not get hands on Nye at the line of scrimmage, you're in a lot of trouble. And not everybody likes to play bump coverage anyway, so he can play slot or he can play outside. I think they'll start him at slot till he gains more mass because teams are going to try to bump him if he plays up on the line because, again, he's run down in the 10-3 range. I mean, he's really, really fast. Miami will use him on bubbles, jets, etc. He's kind of like JoJo in the sense that he can make plays in the middle of the field, but his speed's on a whole nother level. So you combine him with JoJo, you combine him with Ray, and all these other young receivers that they've got. It's really difficult to match up with him because he's going to be one-on-one a lot. Not many guys are going to run with him. Punt returner, yeah, don't kick him the ball. The bad idea. So Miami's got quite a few of those guys, and that's kind of like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. They always had a return man that was really good. This is another one that'll be competing for top. Like him and Ray rotating as a punt returner is perfect. So, yeah, he's an elite athlete.
Now, we're not going to be able to see Chance Robinson until fall camp because the St. Thomas players are, just because of their high school calendar, are not able to enroll early. But, Chance, I give him so much credit, both on the field because he dominated at St. Thomas, but he was also one of the very first, I think he was like the second or third member of Miami's class of 2024. So he was one of the guys who really kind of helped pave the road for what ended up being a top 5 class. Your days covering Chance at St. Thomas, Brian, what can Hurricanes fans expect from him?
A more physically advanced player than a lot of kids, even going into his senior year, like the end of his junior year, you shake Chance's hand to see how he's built. He was more like a 21-year-old, just naturally developed. And like a Nye Carr or something like that, his first step explosiveness allows him to be a deep threat. He was running by guys in South Florida, which speaks for itself. I don't need a hand time on that, an electric time or anything else. That means you're really, really fast. Finally, he's just super competitive. I think he'll be a guy that can play slot. I think he'll be able to play flanker. I think he'll be able to play split in. He doesn't care. And he's been, as you said, STA. It's as well-coached a program as there is in the country. He'll be a little more mentally prepared because of the rigors that Roger Harriet and his entire program put these young men through on and off the field. He wants them to be developed overall, not just good football players. So I'll be surprised if he doesn't end up being the guy that's I think Isaiah Horton will start as the boundary receiver. That's my guess. But if Chance ends up being the second guy right away, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And it wouldn't surprise me if he competed for starting reps because he's really good.